Let's have a serious conversation. If you are daily crying on the bathroom floor of your office during your lunch break, pushing through will probably not help. No matter what people tell you, there are jobs that are just not meant for you, that are not good for you, and will not bring you the life of your dreams no matter how hard you push through. Nah, won't happen. Today we're going to talk about one right thing to do with such a job, and it is to fire it. Yes, you heard it correctly, and I said what I said.
Bitch, I said what I said.
It's your life, so you have a right to fire anything and anybody, including your boss. Today's video will have 4 parts. You can see them on your screen and under this video, so you can skip to any part you like. Let's get started. Part 1. My story. If you're anything like me, you're a good child, you were a good child that follows the rules and is doing what he or she is supposed to do. I was like that. I had good marks at school, I was following the rules, and I was preparing for the future life in a way that grown-ups told me I'm supposed to prepare for it. So when I graduated from school, I had a lot of choice because I had good grades. But I enrolled to study economics, not because I liked economics or I wanted a career in economics, but because I was good at maths and also because mom's colleague said it's a good choice. Please, please, if you're about to choose your future career, do not use my example. These are not good reasons to choose your future profession. Come closer. I repeat, do not let anybody choose a career for you. It's a big mistake. Not only these people don't know you and don't know what's good for you, they also living in the old world, let's say. They're used to the professions that exist around them. You will live in the future. Like, look at myself, for example. I studied economics, accounting to be very exact. 20 years ago, it was a profession that no organization could survive without. But nowadays, AI is about to replace bookkeeping. So those people were not right when they were telling me that I will always have a job with my diploma. Another important thing, what other people think you're good at or you will be good at is not always true. You don't have to choose a profession because you're good at something. You must choose a profession because of what you actually want to do. Okay, we've distracted. Let's get back to my story. I've enrolled into an economics program, graduated again with good grades, and got my first job in a commercial bank. That job was not bad. It was nice, it paid nice, and the colleagues were amazing as well. But I remember telling my mom that I hated it because it just wasn't my place. My mom shamed me at that time and told me, "You don't know how bad some employers are." And you know what? She was right. That job was quite comfortable, and I cannot say that about my second job. So my bank collapsed and we were all made redundant. I found my second job, which was in Big 4 auditing companies. Hello, anybody who knows what I'm talking about? Cursed like me. Anyway, that was a very prestigious job in my sphere, in my field, but here is how every workday looks like in a Big 4 company. It is 14 to 16 hours per day. I'm not even joking. I would wake up, head to work, be there to run 9, 10, work till 1, 2 a.m., come back home and repeat. That was my life regime. And you know what? It's not good. It's not good for anybody. And I realized that I was somehow wronged, that people were telling me lies all my life. They told me I'm supposed to strive for this. They told me that's what I was supposed to achieve. That's the life of a dream. But it wasn't that. Not even close. Now let's talk about what made me take the decision and quit. Apart from feeling like it's not my career, of course, I chose 5 points here. First is feeling that I'm not doing something of value. I'm telling you, I was doing audit for commercial companies, and we would always tell them a positive feedback because we would go through mistakes they've made and they would always receive their positive report. I'm telling you, I actually feel that a person who's roasting chicken in the street and selling it to people is doing way more for the world than any auditor. To any auditors out there, sorry, that's what I feel. Number 2, feeling like I'm being exploited. I told you I was working 14, 16 hours per day, sometimes during weekend too. And interesting fact, I was never paid any overtime. Never, any. And you know what? I've seen a bill that was submitted to our clients, auditing clients. They were paying for every hour that our staff spent on their project. Interesting mathematics, isn't it? My company was paid for 16 hours of work. I was paid for only 8 hours of work. I don't think that's right. Reason number 3, very important one, and it was my body signs. My body was screaming for help. After a few months in that company, I lost all my appetite. I started losing weight. I literally couldn't eat. I was constantly feeling nauseous. And daily when I would come to office, I would have a nosebleed. So I had extremely high blood pressure. First time in my life. My body was shutting down. It was not able to handle such regime. So if your body is not feeling well, if you're experiencing any body sign, do not keep going until you fall sick. Your body is telling you the truth. Your body never lies. Another reason is about my first job. Remember I told you that we all got redundant? I realized that nobody actually cares about you. No matter what kind of professional you are, if your company is in crisis and it needs to get rid of you, it will. Don't be delusional. So whenever you're an employee, you're replaceable. And there is a number 5, the most important one. I realized that I don't want the final destination. What I mean is this. When we are building a career, people who are like young professionals who are just out of university, we're just doing next steps, step by step. We are doing what we are told to. Graduate from university, get a job. Okay, you got a first job, you advanced in your career, what's next? Next step, next step. We are never thinking backwards, meaning we don't have the end picture. If I continue this career path, where will it take me? Let's say I will be head accountant in this company or in some other company. But do I want to be a head accountant? No matter how much money does it bring? And that's what you have to think about. I've seen elder colleagues in that company who couldn't take maternity leave because they couldn't leave their job for more than like a month, who were pumping their breasts, guys, I'm sorry, in a workplace to feed their baby because they couldn't be with their child. I understood that. I didn't want that end picture. I didn't want where I was heading. And that's a very, very big red flag. Always think about where you want to go and from there plan your steps. Part 3, very juicy, about mistakes that I've made. Number 1, most important mistake, I've resigned from my job without a backup plan. I didn't really have a plan. I had a little bit of savings, not enough to go for more than 3 months. I had some job interviews coming up, but I didn't have an exact plan. I didn't even imagine what I really want to do instead of this job. And this is a mistake. I would never recommend anybody do what I did. Because when you resign without a backup plan, your stress level goes through the roof. And you can't concentrate on your wishes, on what you want to do. You are going into full mode, survival mode. You can't take good decisions from survival mode. You will likely find some other job in the same field and nothing would change. You will just get scared and you will go back. This is not good. So always have a plan. Either have enough savings to go for at least 6 months, or have a plan of what you want to do instead of your job, or have another job proposal, the job you don't feel disgusted to do during your transition period. That's my recommendation. I would say that only one category of people shall do what I did, which is just immediately leave. And that's when you seriously can't do this anymore. When your body signs are pretty bad and you know you can't go on, you have to save yourself and your mental and physical health, that's when, no matter if you have or you don't have a plan, you just have to leave. In this case, find another job that will pay the bills and you will not feel repelled to do it. During that job, you can start making your savings, start studying for a new career, start exploring yourself and finding out what you do. But don't stay at a place that's literally killing you. Part 4, so my next steps. What did I do after I left my toxic office job? I found a job that actually gave me something. Because you know what? You don't exist for your job. Your job exists for you because you're the human being and you're more important than any kind of corporation. So I found a job that allowed me to travel a lot, and I wanted to travel so much. Also, it allowed me to save money to invest in a new education in a field that I liked. First and foremost, I invested in psychologists and life coaches and different training programs to just explore and understand myself. Honestly speaking, coaching helped me most. I will not lie, psychologists, I'm sorry, I offended a lot of people in this video, but digging into your past and trauma and what you wanted in your childhood doesn't help. Coaching, on the contrary, focuses on the future, on the ideal picture of your life, how you want it to be. So coaching did help me really fast to understand what I wanted to do. I got a new degree, conversion degree in psychology and a certification in life coaching, and that's what I really like. So what I did is I used this new job, which I actually also enjoyed to do, as a foundation for my new life, and that's what you shall do if you are completely tired, exhausted, and you just can't go on. Let's conclude our little conversation. And I have 2 powerful messages. One is for you if you're at that stage when you need to take the decision to quit or not to quit. Whether you shall stay at your job and continue, see where it takes you, or you shall just try something else. The important point here, it's not about getting rid of your job. It's about understanding what you want. Start with exploring yourself. Start by asking yourself important questions. What do I want to do? Where do I want to be? How do I want my life to look? Always look at the final destination and plan your life accordingly to reach that destination. Because if you continue going without any direction, nobody knows where you will arrive. My next message is for you if you have already resigned and you are now at a stage where you are thinking what to do next. Remember this, I know it's scary right now and at times you feel like a failure. But you have done the most important, the most difficult part. You have cleared the space in your life for the changes to come. And you are scared right now. You don't know what these changes will be. But trust me, they will be better than you imagine. Because right now, you have the most important thing. You have the space for them to come to you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. So I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.